Okay, so here's my very first makeup tutorial. This is what, when you start to be my age, I'm not 40 yet, but I'm starting to get there. It's good to use this at night before you go to bed. Don't neglect your neck. Put it where you start getting lines. Here, 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 here. It's got retinol in it. Retinol is very good, inexpensive stuff to use here. And during the day, before I put my makeup on, I also like to put some on during the night. This is hyaluronic acid and vitamin C. It will protect your face. Now, I just washed my face with some benzoyl peroxide, and then I scrubbed it with some baking soda. Baking soda is very good for your face. I first learned this when my youngest daughter, she's a TikTok star, on her way to being a TikTok star. When she was a little baby, she used to like to suck on her hand a lot, and it created like a rash. Somebody told me, they said, wash your face with baking soda water. And it cleared up all the little bumps and the little pimples and whatever, almost right away. So I started doing some research into it, and it is very good for exfoliating and cleaning. So one of the many uses that baking soda is good for. Now, I've got a little bit of an outbreak here, a little bit. I get bouts of acne from time to time, depending on how good I am, how often I, wash my face. I don't always wash my face every night, but so I'm going to take some, like I said, I just wash my face. Before I do any makeup, I'm going to start by putting this vitamin C and hyaluronic acid on my face. It's best to keep your fingers off of your face as much as possible. I'm using a cotton swab here to rub it in, because your hands are very, very dirty. Even if you just washed them, it's still best to keep your hands off your face as much as possible. These little bit of pimples, I think, is from the wig I was wearing a few days in a row. Pretty sure that's where they came from. This will help protect your face from all the elements and stuff. And it's very cheap. I got that at the 99-cent store or the dollar store, one of those dollar stores. So, because it's kind of an astringent also as well, but mostly a serum. Now, before the makeup goes on, use a primer. I like Prime Time by Bare Minerals. It's not the cheapest, but that's one of my favorites. If you want to go for a cheaper kind of drugstore brand right here, this is a good one to use. Number 7 City Lights. The little pump broke on this thing, so I'm going to have to use the little thing. And just remember, ladies, it's a crime not to prime. Just prime your face first. This will help hide the pores and help your makeup stay on longer. It's going to just let that kind of sit on your face for few minutes. Let it stew. Okay, now that's sat on my face for a few minutes now. Okay, good. We're going to do a little bit of cover up here. This is, I'm almost out of this stuff right here. This is really good stuff. This is IT Bye Bye Under Eye. Very, very good concealer. It's almost out of the stuff here. Oh, okay, got a little bit here. Finger? No, I said not touch your face, but kind of just go over the biggest problem areas with this stuff. Right here where I got kind of a sunspot. Tap that there. And okay. Now, take one of these little beauty blender things. Actually, this is a generic beauty blender. You want to get it wet, and then you want to wring it out just where it's nice and damp, barely damp. And then just kind of blend it in. Little corners. This is a very much thicker concealer. Not everybody needs a thick concealer like this, but that's kind of why I tapped it on mostly where my problem areas were. Blend it out here. You don't want it to be too thick, like right in this area, so I kind of just wipe it a little bit. Okay. Now I like to use this. This is also by IT. It's a slightly darker shade. I'm gonna just go. Oh, something in my eyeball. Eyelash or something. There it goes. Okay. Right about a little bit of darker. And okay. And then take my brush here. Just to give it a little bit of contouring. Just slightest amount of contouring. Not much at all. And get it down here so it doesn't so it blends in, so you don't see like the line of where it starts over my face. And there you go. Now, I like to do a little trick I do for, so I like Bare Minerals with powder. But what I like to do, since I'm somewhat of a little bit of a cheapskate here, is I take like an old container. I put my half Bare Minerals in there, and then I put half of a cheap one in there. It makes it stretch way longer. And for those of you with younger skin, or fairly clear complexion, you just want the your skin tone to be even, you really don't need to use anything but Bare Minerals. Well, and a primer, of course, but Bare Minerals itself can work alone as a very good cover up all over, full coverage cover up. So, and plus it doesn't it's very light. It's very light, so you know, I don't have to worry about like sweating it off and then getting little creases in your face and stuff like that. But that's how I used to just do it, but now I feel I've got more problem areas. I need a little bit more help in that department. So now I'm going to take this cheap mineral powder here, and it's a little bit lighter. I'm just going to use this as like a finishing veil here. Just kind of go all over. Now, right here, right under the eyes, I just like to take a little bit of my pinky and just go tap it here. That way I don't get raccoon eyes when I get, sets my makeup well right there. It's hard to get it with the brush. Okay, so now with my blush, I like to use a little bit of my highlighter, and this highlighter is from Benefit. Love Benefit. Really, with most cosmetics, you really do get what you pay for. So I'm going to use a little bit of this highlighter. And then I'm going to take this blush here. I'm not even sure what this is. Some off-brand or something. I'm not sure. I just acquired this one, but I like it because it's kind of light. And so when I do the highlighter and the blush at the same time, it kind of gives that combination effect, highlight and blush. And just do the cheekbones right here. Okay. So now, on on to the, sometimes I like to start with the eyelids, sometimes I like to start with the eyebrows. I think I'm going to start with the eyebrows today. So, eyebrows are pretty, they're trim for the most part. That's okay. So, now, Benefit is like my favorite eyebrow kit, but you know what? If you can't afford Benefit, Wet n Wild makes a very good eyebrow kit as well. This is from Wet n Wild. I lost the lid to it, so, but this part, this is the primer right here. So I just take a little brush here, use a little primer, and see the it's already got some of the brown on it anyways first, so I just kind of like to go to start right here and then just go out, start the end right there, just kind of trace. Eyebrows can be very frustrating a lot of times, with me especially. Sometimes you get one perfect and then the other one just, you know, does not want to cooperate for some reason. Sometimes neither of them want to cooperate, but it's always hard to get them to both look the same a lot of times. Well, for at least for a lot of girls. Not everybody has that problem, but I was told by many girls who had the same problem that their mother had told them eyebrows are sisters but not twins. So, because your face, actually your whole body is not perfectly symmetrical. It's always a little bit off. So, plus we're most critical of ourselves, so I suspect that most people don't even notice for the most part. We just notice it on ourselves more because, like I said, we're mostly critical of ourselves. So, go with the, okay, I've got the outline at the end. That way it kind of gives me a little bit of a indication of where to start. Okay, now, I'm going to take this darker one. See, because we want the darker, we want it to come to fade lighter towards the end here. So I do the darker here. And I will clean this up a little bit before I'm done here. Okay. So this a little bit up. It's very frustrating. Okay. Okay. Now, maybe a tad bit thicker than I want it to be, but okay, it's all right. Now I'm going to go outline it. Bottom. Oh my goodness. Sorry about that. I had the window open and the leaf blower guy just had to come right now of all times. So, here, like I said, I'm going to outline. See, I did that right there. Okay. Now I'm going to outline right here at the top. Now, what I like to do is I have this little, it was for liquid liner, and then I turned it into my own little tool here. And just kind of take that there, and I just go and just fill in here. Just kind of drag back a lot of the dark brown. Okay. Here. Oh, there's that leaf blower guy. Sounds like he's coming back this way. Okay. Now, what I like to do is take this lighter brown oh, here he comes in, and then just kind of here and try to blend it out. Now, I have not mastered the art of eyebrows as of yet, but I'm getting better at it. Just kind of fade it out. Okay. Okay. Now I'm going to clean that up with a little bit of underneath the brow. I'm going to clean it up with a little bit of highlighter, and I probably don't really need any sometimes I might clean it up with a little bit of concealer, but it looks like I don't really need it this time. A little bit darker. Now, I'll take this, here we go, brush and just kind of go right here, try to get the little, really fade it out. And if it becomes a little uneven from this, you can always just go back over it with the darker. Okay. Yeah, I might have to go, yep, a little bit. Excuse me. Got a little bit uneven right there. Okay. Not too bad. Okay. Sometimes my brows cooperate, sometimes they don't. Now, for the eyes. Oh, yes, and I do like to put a little bit of chapstick to keep my lips, where'd it go? There we go. A little bit of chapstick to keep my lips from getting chapped. But if you ever get that skin, that dried up skin and stuff, best thing to do for that is a sugar scrub. You can make your own sugar scrub with some sugar and coconut oil. It scrubs it right off there. So now, what I like to do, not always, sometimes I like to switch it up, but for the most part, I like to just, and I always use brushes. It's good to get yourself a good set of brushes, by the way, so the bristles don't come out on you. So, I'm going to take a little bit of primer here, tad bit, right on the eyelid, just on the lid. Okay. Now, I'm going to go for a light cut. Now, what I'm using here, this is Estee Lauder. It really does make a difference especially with eyeshadow, because they tend to, a lot of different eyeshadows, the cheaper ones tend to flake off and leave little, little flakes and stuff underneath. But if you get a good, like I said, you get what you pay for. Estee Lauder is one of my favorites to use. Got dust all over it. There we go. Okay, now I'm going for the kind of the earth tones today. That's what I usually, it's my go-to, what I tend to use for the most part. So I'm going to take a brush right here I'm going to do the lighter, this lighter kind of creamier color, and that's going to go on the lid. I'm just going to pack it on there. I'm going to go over it again before I'm done. And I'm going to take the same. I'm going to go highlight the brow bone right under here. Okay. Highlighting the brow bone is very important. And I'm going to take this little shape right here. This is comes to a little point, and I'm going to take this darker brown right here. And I'm going to use that in the crease. It might flake off a little bit, or maybe even get onto your lid, but don't worry, because like I said, I'm going to go over it again before I'm done. Kind of give it that sharp kind of look. And what I'm going to do is get nice and dark right here, but it's not going to stay all that dark because I'm going to blend it out. So we're going to do one layer right there, and then so it's good to have these brushes that come to a point like that, because you can get more accurate line. Cayete! You dogs. Always, always, always. Okay. Now I'm going to go over it one more time. Really get it nice and dark right there. Okay. Here. So, now we got that. I'm going to take this one right here and go with a little bit lighter right here, this little peach one. Just kind of tap it along. Tap it along. Right where I did the highlighter, and a little bit over the brown right here. Okay. Now I'm going to go over the brow bone again. So with the white, or the cream I should say. Now I'm going to take this blending brush right here, and I'm just going to blend it out. See? Then take this first brush I used for the eyelid, put the white on there, and then I'm just going to do a little sweeping motion, kind of give that sharp look right there. Okay. Like that. Okay. Then, with the same brush, I'm going to take my Benefit highlighter, kind of mix that, mix this off there. Just going to take a light little bit. This highlighter is very effective. Got a little hair on there. Going to make sure I don't got any of my hands. To the corners. Highlight the corners. I wish these dogs would shut up. Corners. And then highlight just this little end of the bell right here. Coyote! Dogs. Yeah. Now, some people like to do the Cupid's bow. It doesn't really work so well for me because I'm starting to get little lines, so instead it kind of like highlights the lines, but you could do the Cupid's bow too, also as well. Sometimes I just like to put a little bit on my nose right here. I should tab it there and a little bit on my chin. And then I just take this and I just kind of buff it out. Okay. So now I've got that done. It's time to put the eyeliner on. So I'm going to take this pencil right here. This is, I believe this is a very inexpensive brand actually. I think this is, maybe it's Wet n Wild. Wet n Wild, as far as, I mean, really, you really want to get, you know, a very quality, not drugstore brand, you know, but something that you would get from Ulta or the mall or whatever. But there are a few, I will say, that you can get, not just drugstore, but cheap drugstore like Wet n Wild. They do have very good eyeliners and brow makeup. So I'm just going to first outline just the top of this. There. And here. And I'm also going to wait till I'm done. This is going to be like the last thing I'm going to do. I'm going to do a little bit underneath, probably like the waterline. but I wait till that's at the very end. Now I'm going to take a liquid liner. Yeah, I can't remember where I got this from, and you know what? It's all ripped off. This was something from like Ulta, I think, if I remember correctly, but I can't remember what brand, but it's a good quality one. It's an eyeliner pen here. So now I'm going to look for that nice sharp winged look. And Wet n Wild also makes a very good liquid liner as well. And I just do a little. That's all right. I usually do better wings than that, but that's okay. So, that wing came out a little bit better than that one, but that's okay. Now, another good one to use is Estee Lauder for mascara. Definitely recommend getting a quality mascara. Estee Lauder, or this one's Lancome Paris. I'll go over it with a little bit of this Lancome, excuse me. Now I am going to put on falsies today, but if I didn't put on falsies, I would do the top part too, but when I do falsies, I don't like to do the top. So I'm just going to, so you don't want it to clump too much or anything like that, and if that's why you want to go with the quality mascara. They go on very well, they don't clump. And just kind of go that way. Sounding good. Okay. A little twist up. And pull it to the opposite way. And also because I like the brushes much better with Estee Lauder. I'm going to go over it one more time with the Estee Lauder brush, or with the Estee Lauder mascara, and using their brush. Plus they last a lot longer too. Okay. Twist up. And just for good measure, I really didn't clump or anything like that, but just for good measure, I'm going to take the eyelash comb. Ooh, little clumps in there are gonna go. There we go. Just pull that out. I'm gonna have to wash my hands here because I don't want to get any clumps on my face. So. Now I'm going to go wash my hands. Now for the lips, I'm going to So this lip tint, it's by The Cream Shop. And go with a little light color. And then, this is another time where it's best to go with the quality. This is Estee Lauder lip liner. So, just going to go and I'm using a darker one. This helps your lips be nice and makes them pop, you know, and keeps it color from bleeding. So I'm just gonna kind of give it a little fade there. And now, you can also take a little bit of highlighter, stick my finger on it, and just right here. And then it gives that little shine. And like I said, makes it pop. So, okay, now move on to the eyelashes. So, I am a cheapskate. I like to use my eyelashes over and over and over until I can't use them anymore. These ones I've used a few times here. Does make them easier to put on, though. Now, one of the tricks to doing eyelashes, false eyelashes like these, is you gotta get a good glue for one. Okay, so I was saying with the you gotta get a good glue. This is by Kiss, and I'm just going to put on a light go. You also want to have a pair of tweezers as well. Okay. Now I'm going to wait probably 30 to 45 seconds for this to get tacky enough for it to stick, because right now it's very liquidy. Now, if you're doing this for somebody else, don't blow on it. If you're doing it for your own self, go ahead and blow on it all you want. But yeah, when you blow, you know, you get your spit on things, and so if you're trying to help somebody else with their eyelashes and you put the glue on, do not blow on it yourself if it's for somebody else's lashes. Now I've got little pieces of lint because I wore these yesterday as well. pulling it out here. So like I said, I'm a cheapskate. No, wait, I'm not cheapskate. I'm frugal. That's what I am. I'm frugal. Just now noticed that there are pieces of there we go. Got it. Okay, so should be ready to put on now. I'm going to get right up close as I can. Hopefully you can see this. I feel like I have to blink, get it all out of the way first. Okay. Right there on the lashes. Not bad, if I do say so myself. So I'm just going to let that sit there and try a little bit more before I take out the tweezers and squish them in there. I'm going to do the same for the other side. Now. Okay, so I got both of them on, and then after they dried a little bit more, I squeezed them down with the good old tweezers. And now, I'm going to take this pencil and do a little bit of a waterline. Not much, just a little bit. And then to take this and do bottom lashes. Just for good measure. A little bit over there, the falsies and my lashes, kind of blend them in, darken them out. And now, for the finishing touch, I'm going to use a little bit of this, where'd it go? Lip gloss by Bare Minerals. Just to give my lips that full, kind of wet, pouty look. Here we go. And a lot comes out on this, so as much as I can, I scrape off as much as I can here. Still even go. So here is the finished look. Okay, hope you found this tutorial helpful. And if you did, make sure to subscribe. Okay, bye guys.